Alright. So we should be announcing stuff. Yeah, we are. Okay, so this is Greenhorn, the pre-season new team development games thing for Rebel, Reddit Eternal Blood Bowl League. And yeah, we're playing against High Elves, so it's Elven Union versus High Elves. Should be interesting. Oh, it's raining. Perfect. Right. We're 100% gonna kick the ball. Not only because it's raining, but also because since this is a developmental game thingy, we are kind of incentivized to try to go for a score off, but I'm not comfortable with a score off because I'm so used to the going for the 2-1 grind. But if I'm kicking and things go really well, then I might be able to get a steal, and then I'm a lot more comfortable with a score off. So yeah, and the rain just cemented that I want to kick. So yeah. So we want to play aggressive if possible, try to steal the ball. Maybe I should have made a wider defense, but then I don't mind if he scores fast. Of course, if he's like me, he's gonna do like a screen on the side and make it kind of hard for me. So this I may have moved a bit too quickly with the setup here. Am I offline, really? I shouldn't be. No, I'm not. Okay, good. So let's see what he goes for. So it looks like he's choosing this side, but he's not committing all his players. He's defending against a blitz. So maybe he's gonna go for a thrower back kind of style and just move up scoring threats that he can pass to later. In that case, the best side to have the ball would be this side, but at the same time, in the rain, I want to keep the risk of a touchback down, so I think I'm gonna go like half and half here. Risking a little bit of a touchback, but I'm aiming at, for him, the wrong side of the pitch. Okay, it went deep. Yeah. Okay, so he's gonna blitz one of the linemen. Makes sense. Try to leverage his armor advantage. Didn't set up full bashy here though. It's gonna be kind of hard to knock all of them down. But yeah, I guess he's also kind of going half and half in this case. It's committing some players to moving up, one player to hold the ball, and some players to do line of scrimmage blocks. Means, and I can do that because I set up the way I did. Okay, so this shores up so I can't just blitz him and get through and threaten. I can still just run on this side and threaten. But... So I'm probably gonna do that with some players. But the main focus should be here, because this is his main offense. Okay, pushes are good for me. That's fair. Okay, still good for me. Oh, he's going for the pickup before the loner block. I suppose that's sensible. Okay, so he's definitely prepared for the pass play. Or the handoff. The pass handoff, probably. Okay, that's a good block. But our armor holds. So I'm probably gonna blitz this guy, because he's the main scoring threat. This guy is also a scoring threat, though. This guy is not a scoring threat. So these two are scoring threats. I also want to move someone to, well, like a group of people to threaten on this side, I think. I also don't want to make it too easy for him to start a cage formation and move up the middle. He could hand off to this guy and, like, if I let him, he could move up and, like, cage over here. And that would be bad for me. Oh. Now let's see. So I want to blitz this guy, but I kind of want to move him over here because he's gonna get the furthest. Let's move these people first, which means I'm blitzing without block, which, you know, might make me commit a reroll, but we'll see. Should also, I mean, I should have a little bit of a screen here, enough so it's hard for him to move up a cage. So maybe start a screen here and have it free here, just so this guy has a hard time moving. He could get a cage here, but that's okay. That's not very much movement forward. So these guys are already in a bit of a screen. Okay. Okay. So it's gonna be a bit thin here. We're blitzing with this guy, I think. Can I move this guy first, or is he's gonna be in the way? Because I want to be able to move as far as possible after. Blitzing with my catcher. Pow is great, because that means we can follow. And be here. So we just got the explanation for his team name. He lost a bet with YASINDE in a game, which forced him to roll high elves. So now he's a high elves team that says, "I hate YASINDE." That's kind of a cool story. We kind of want to reinforce here, probably. So that should be safe-ish. Well, he can break through here. But it's... Yeah, he can score from here, but that's okay, as long as he has to roll some dice for it. Okay, so we got a pass. So the score play would be to hand off to this guy and assist with this guy and like blitz through. Looking like he might do that. Yeah, that's the assist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So ideally he wants to follow, but if he doesn't get follow, he can still score with 1 GFI. Alright, basing up. Interesting. I guess it's to make it harder for me to capitalize on a failed catch here. Okay, he's going for the score. So this is... I kind of gave him this by the way I set up. Okay, so he didn't get to follow, so he has to roll a GFI. Okay, so... I now have a choice, because he scored really quickly. So it could be sensible for me to also score quickly, to kind of reset. But of course the usual status quo mentality is that I should try to stall this out, because 1-1 is a good result for me. But this is Greenhorn, and it's for development, so I should at least consider going for a fast score. Of course, he's gonna set up a little bit more defensively than I did, it looks like. Well, maybe not. Huh. Let's see what he does. So ideally we wanna score with him twice to level him. And we want to start leveling some of the linemen. This guy is going to take a long while to level, so we should take maybe line of scrimmage blocks. Nah, he did set up in a way so I can advance on the sidelines, so I think I should commit to that. So we want to have this guy as the front of the screen. And this is gonna be our ball carrier, but I have him bit back because he's a lot faster than the rest of the team and he doesn't want to be ahead of them. So let's have a loner over here. And let's have some linemen over there. Maybe do a bit of a token defense against the blitz. Alright, I need 3 players over there on the line. Okay, so this should be a decent setup. Of course, if he gets a blitz, he can quite easily get to the ball, but I will have players in most parts of the pitch, which means I should be able to defend decently. So, first things first, we want a screen on this. Okay, so how far do you get? You will be there. So the next screening position from here is like here or something. That should be good. And this is gonna be kind of a weak screen, but he has block and sidestep, so he's the best kind of weak screen. And this is gonna reinforce this position, so here we have a stronger screen. And we probably wanna blitz him to make because it's okay, so should we blitz before the pickup, or he can get to the ball actually. So we want someone here at least. Let's move him here. So now we should be fairly safe even if this goes badly. Okay, that's good. And let's go back to the screen position. I probably want him here until we have the ball on this guy. But this guy could maybe make things a little safer. And we go for the pickup. Kind of need to reroll this if it goes bad, because if it bounces out it could go really bad. We might not want to pass though this turn, because we kind of want a reroll if we pass. So let's just move up him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 here, so he's in scoring range. Maybe actually a little further, just so he has some maneuverability. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go for it, go. It's gonna be kind of hard for him to get to me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go. He can mark me, but blitzing me would take some hard dodges. So we can afford to complete this screen. He could dodge through here actually. No, not easily. Okay. So this should be okay. Nah. Okay, let's see what he does. Because I did leave this a little weak on this side, so he can definitely get to my ball. Kind of. It's just gonna be hard for him to actually hit it. But of course that takes away focus from getting in front of me, which is the other problem. Okay, so it's blitzing there, which could also open up an avenue to mark the ball from more directions. It's still gonna take GFIs though for him to mark my ball. So that's probably fine. Okay, but it's not blitzing my screen here. Oh, but it is trying to isolate my ball. That makes sense. And it's kind of scary. Oh, he's marking it. So actually, I actually thought this player was scarier here because he's more in the way, but he's gonna be in the way with someone else instead. How do we solve this? Oh, he's there? Why? Oh, guess he's gonna bring in one more player. Alright, makes sense. Okay, so his strategy here seems to be to isolate the ball from the rest of my team. Which is definitely gonna force me to take some risks. For sure. I'm thinking that if I could knock this guy down, that opens up as an easy dodge through. But if I don't get it down, it's not an easy dodge anymore, so that's a very risky play. Maybe I messed this up. Just a little bit. Seems kind of like I messed this up. So, can we salvage this? How far can you get if I could get the ball to you? Well, these guys could run over here, so I could potentially get a cage here. So can I get the ball to him reasonably easy? Not really. So maybe it is blitz this guy. Maybe that's the play. Which means I need to make 2 dodges. I mean, we could try it, and if it doesn't work, we can go for a pass play over here. So I'm not gonna re-roll this if it's not a turnover. But if it is a down, it gives me hope. Do we follow that? I think we do. Wait. I guess we mark him. So that makes our path this. We're not getting a great pass here. Because we're not. Maybe I ran up him too far. Should we? So we want to make this area safe because the ball could end up over here. So this is not going to be safe no matter what we do. Definitely messed something up around here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ooh. Okay. So things are really bad right now. Okay, so that burned a reroll. Oh, I've used 2 rerolls already. What did I use the first one on? Oh right, the pickup. That makes sense. Right, so am I gonna have any chance to recover this ball is the question. Or are we just down to 0? That will make it a lot easier for us to prioritize just going for a maximum SPP. Because that will be the best play anyway when we're that far behind. So maybe this is a blessing in disguise. Oh! Okay, so Nuffle is bailing us out here. But we definitely need to go for risky plays at this point. I think I'm blitzing him, if possible, because then I can go for a pickup and maybe do some Larry pass play. Okay, so we want an assist that also marks the ball, I think. And if we don't get it down on the blitz, I think we scatter the ball, question mark? Because it will be in 2 tackle zones. Yeah, I think we do that. And then he's gonna go for a pickup if possible. And if it's not possible, then we change our plans. Okay, so do we still want to scatter? No, it's too risky at that point. So we're gonna pick it up right where it is. Well, we could scatter it from here, maybe. That could be a good idea. But that would be a 1 dice. But, you know, it's less dicey than a 4+ pickup. Who would we be passing to, though? Actually, we're probably passing to him, aren't we? Which means I can't make this a 1 dice. We could move this guy back and pass to him. That would make it a 1 dice. But if we're doing a 1 dice, we might as well do a 2 dice before and hope we don't get the same treatment he does. Let's follow that. And well, oh, let's try this. Let's follow that. Okay, that made things worse. Oh, I shouldn't. That definitely made things worse. Whoopsie daisy. So we want this guy nearby so we can pass to him. So yeah, I think we're doing this. Okay, let's reroll that. Running out of rerolls quickly. Okay, so we're actually marking the ball, and that's a pretty good scatter for us. This is a messy game. I definitely need to play a little bit safer than this in the future. But yeah, we got bailed out a bit by Nuffle, so this is still at least a game. Okay, that's a down, so this could be really good for him. Looking like it is. Yeah, he's not marking the ball, so this should be an easy 3+ pickup for him. And he probably can do it with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that's still 1 GFI to score right away. Maybe the 1 dice here was a really bad idea, actually. So now he can score with 1 GFI, which makes sense to go for. Alright. Okay, so he came back. That's fair. It was only KO'd because of double skull. So we get to try this again. Was there anything wrong with our setup? No, I think I just moved up too many players. Well, I kind of worried about the catch more than the pickup. Right, I was counting on the pass to be an option, basically, when I set up all my players here. But then when the pass wasn't an option because the pickup failed, well, it wasn't a good option. So I think the setup was still okay. I just need to maybe not move up all the players before moving the ball. So let's catch it with him. Alright, so we're already in a much better position. So I still like this part. It's kind of good for learning that we get to do basically the same thing again. But we shouldn't move up everyone this time. Well, actually, we're in a completely different situation now because we don't need to do the pickup. We can just do a handoff. But we kind of want to do a pass just for the SPP. But yeah, I think we're not going to be as far back here. We can do the pass like from a bit more forward. So it will be safer to do what we did. Well, let's see. Here could be a decent place to be. Maybe one further back. So basically doing the same thing as last time. But we're trying to see if we can make it safer somehow. I mean, it's already safer with the ball in hand, but So right now this is a bit weakish. If we do a pass, this guy is gonna put tackle zones on the ball if it scatters here or here. So I probably want to be close to the catcher with this guy. Maybe even here. To protect her a bit from behind. And then pass from here. Could be a good idea. Because then we are also part of the screen. Do we reroll that? I don't think we do. We need a reroll. Okay, so this is probably a much better position than last time, but of course he has the splits that could scatter the ball to a bad place for us. So most likely we can score here, and we can't score super well. We want to score on turn 8 here, which means he doesn't get his counter score this time, but he will be up 2-1, and then we will be receiving the ball, which means that status quo is a draw from this point. But we're gonna go for a fast score on our offense after this, because we don't want to draw, ideally. That's a good blitz, just for attrition, I guess, but it also weakens my screen, and it hurts someone. I think I'm gonna greed apple that. Or am I? No. No. Losing a lineman is no big deal, especially when it's 0 SPP lineman. Is this a good scoring threat? Well, kind of. This is a better scoring threat, but he's marked. But we can blitz someone off him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, let's see where he moves all of his players. Because what I'm considering is blitzing this guy off, blocking this guy off with a loner, and then picking up with the catcher, running up here, passing to him, and then running it in. Because that way I don't have to roll any GFIs. Oh, but that's gonna put a wrench in that plan. So it might be better to score on him then and do the GFI. But then again, I don't want to score this turn, do I? Well, this is kind of a lot of pressure with the failed pass and stuff. So I guess I kind of have to risk it. So he can hand off to him. So it's a 3+3+2+. But I kind of want to do some blocks here. Just to do something with this turn. Stay. Power is good. Stay. And Can we make this less risky somehow? With the handoff. No, it's gonna be super risky no matter how we do it. Okay, super scary handoff. Okay, kind of scary GFI. So scoring this fast here is not ideal, but I felt like I didn't really have much of a choice. Because my stall options weren't very good because I didn't have the ball in hand. Well, if I had the ball in hand, I would have had more players further up, and then I could have caged up harder just by the scoreline, and then I could have stalled a little bit. So at this point, the big risk is that it scores in 2 turns, and then we are in even deeper trouble than we were before. But there is an upside. We have a chance to get ahead if we manage to steal. Well, yeah, actually get ahead if we manage to steal the ball and score. Well, that's kind of a long shot, I guess. Okay, we're also kind of down players. Well, 1 player. Let's be a safety with this guy. So yeah, us scoring here is not really realistic, is it? Unless we actually are not a safety with this guy and make him able to threaten the ball. So let's be a safety with just a slow guy. Well, he's a bit of a safety if he's up. He covers this part of the pitch. So this guy can be a little bit more to this side. Because this guy can cover the other side with his movement 8. And we do have the options if the ball does something funky. We can run up with him or him depending on where he leaves the hole. And go for a miracle play. So yeah, that should be good. So the ideal scenario is if I can just run for a pickup if he fails a pickup. And that's gonna be most likely on, I think, this side, because there's a hole for us to run. Because here he has screened it off pretty well. Of course, absolute ideal scenario is if we get a blitz. Okay, but that's a bit deeper than I would have hoped, but it's still pretty good. Okay, his thrower is pretty far up. That's interesting. So it's gonna actually be kind of hard for him to 2-turn score from this position. So that's good. That brings us back to the status quo of status quo being a draw. But it does shore up that side, which means I will need a blitz to get through. Or maybe not, actually. Now I can run through here, as it looks right now, anyway. But of course he has to turn after this, too. Oh, it's on the side. That's scary for him. What will you do, mmcnaughton? That's safety. Pow! So it's looking like he's not prioritizing going for the score at all at this point, because he hasn't moved up in his scoring threats, and he needs scoring threats because this is the second to last turn. So yeah, we're not going to be threatened here, it looks like. Well, maybe he's moving up this scoring threat, but that's really a long shot because he's extremely far away from the ball. Oh, this guy could be a scoring threat, I guess. Okay, no removal, that's good for us. He's a loner though, so it's not a great scoring threat. Yeah, he's gonna be screen too. Okay, but he is moving up this catcher to be a scoring threat. Alright, he got a KO. Not apping that, because I get apple rolls. Well, at least one. And I may want to use my apple for preventing damage. Or at least... well... ooh. But he has plenty of rerolls here. I can afford to reroll this. But this means that he can't do... well, it's less good for him to pass this turn. But seems that's fine. That leveled that guy. Okay, makes sense. So he has the ball on a movement 8 guy, which is good, because that means he can get the ball pretty far up. So this this pass here becomes kind of realistic if he does it before the what's the word? Before the move up. So, which makes me think that I might want some intercept threat in the way, but I also want to run up with my movement 8 players to be scoring threats. I'm definitely moving up with him. And I definitely want to blitz him though. Let's blitz him first, because if we get it down, then he's not a scoring threat anymore, is he? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, he is with 2 TF5s if it's down over here. Tricky stuff. We're still gonna blitz him though first. Let's just have him marked up here. So he's really fast. There's no other scoring threats, so we can focus everything on him. But yeah, that does make this guy as an intercept threat quite appealing. But if I only have one person up here, then I don't have a legitimate scoring threat of my own. So I want to be a bit greedier than that. let's do maybe this pass first. Okay, that's a reroll. I mean, not pass, I mean dodge. And then we dodge this guy. So now, because now we have plenty of protection against the pass. And now we do this to have one more player who can potentially steal the ball and score. And we made a dodge, that's good. So that's what we wanted with this turn, because except we didn't get a knockdown, but this should be good enough for our defense. Let's see what he does with this. Rain definitely spices things up a bit. Could use his blitz on one of these guys to make the dodge out easier and then go for a really long pass, but that's a long shot and we do have intercept threats for that. So maybe better for him to go for the 5+ catch, because he does have a reroll on that, so that's roughly 50% I think to work for the catch, but of course he needs to make the pro part too. And what's a long bomb for him? Well, maybe it's not a long bomb, maybe it's just a long pass, because movement 8 is really fast. No, it's gonna be a long bomb if he moves to the touchdown zone. And he's gonna need to do GFIs too. Or a handoff to this guy. He could do a handoff to this guy and then it might be a long pass. With pass. Long pass for elves in the rain would be 5+2 maybe? So it's similar to passing to this guy when he's here. So maybe it doesn't matter that much if he runs up or receives it here. Okay, he's blitzing my catcher. Makes sense. He has a choice on how he wants to knock him down. Shoots is to push, probably to make me less of a scoring threat. Yeah, not a scoring threat at all anymore. So that was a good move. The boat down would have been worse, because then I would have still been a scoring threat. Barely. This is the last turn, so markups here doesn't matter that much, but I guess they do reduce the chance of an intercept. But this guy is still a pretty good intercept threat. But of course he can pass from like here and make that not an issue. So yeah, all my intercept threats are based, probably. Might pass from here. Oh, he's gonna run first. Interesting. I suppose in a way that's safer, because then he's not risking putting the ball in my hands. Which means I actually have to blitz the ball if I want it. Which, you know, I really want it. I don't have a reroll, so loner doesn't matter. Can move this guy to cancel this assist on that guy. Oh, we also need to get the ball with someone though. Guess he can get the ball, maybe. No, it has to be this guy who gets the ball. Which means I need to blitz with someone else, like him or something. Yeah, I probably need to blitz with him. With 2 GFIs. Which means I want an assist. Okay. Okay, that's no score. Alright, so we are back to status quo being a draw. Which was the expected result. But we don't, since we're not happy with a draw, we should go for a fast score and then, you know, try to steal again. Maybe slightly further forward. Just living on the hope. If it ends up back here, it's kind of, I'm gonna have to slow down anyway. The kick, I mean. Oh, I don't have a legal setup. Right. Now it should be legal. Do I have enough players to... Well, not really. Getting into the elf mindset, I like it. Now... High kick is good for us. Let's use this guy, I think. Because that makes our players be on the right side. And that's a nice catch. I think they still want him up there. But we could... No, we want to be here, because otherwise it's too easy for him to dodge through. That was probably a mistake, because now this is a loner blitz. Whoops. We can make this a semi-cage, which could be good. Let's do the loner blitz. Push is good enough. Is this... No, it's not really a weak point, because we have these two kind of form a screen already, and this guy makes it good. Maybe this is actually a good formation. And we should do a greedy pass, because this is Greenhorn. From here, I think. Like last time. Okay, that's good. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So here we are in scoring range. Should we go further, or is that too risky? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know, he can actually get to me even here. But here I have the support from my fellow players. 2, 3, 4. And more importantly, I'm in scoring range from here. So that will have to be okay. But he can blitz the ball here, technically. He will have to roll some dice for it, though. Okay. So he's moving up a scoring threat. For after his steal. He has to roll some dice even to get in front of me properly, I think. But yeah, blitzing that blitzer would help if he gets it down. Maybe not anymore, because he's kind of blocking his own way. Because at this point I can just sidestep here, and this is a solid wall. Of course, he seems he's going for the base people up and hope I fail some dice again approach, which is not too bad. He has the armor advantage, so you know it's okay for him to do this kind of thing. If I did it though, it wouldn't be good because I'm armor value 7. Okay, so that's some pressure on the ball. Okay, that's some more pressure on the ball. Oh, and that's actually getting in my way. Interesting. So I'm thinking probably my best move is gonna be blitzing this guy with the ball carrier, because I can get a 2 dice with an assist here. And then I push him here, and then I dodge. And I'm still in scoring range without GFI. So I would have to make a 2+ dodge and a 2 dice block, with the 2 dice needing to be push or better. That kind of makes that not so good. I think we need to go backwards from here. Which means we should use the fact that he based up to get some blocks. But first we should move back with the ball. Be sensible and move back with the ball. Because the drawback of what he did here is that he just gave me a bunch of blocks. Which, this guy is a threat though, so maybe we should blitz him. He could assist the blitz. He couldn't really, so he can be the assist for this block here. Power is good. Probably here. I'm concerned if I blitz with this guy though, well, assist with this guy though, I don't really have protection over here. And also these guys don't really have good blocks, so I may have to go for dodges first, just to keep things safe and dandy. Right, and here is a good position to have. Well, maybe here. That makes him blitzable, but not really assistable. This guy can get to us unless we do this. That's pretty decent. And we blitz this guy. Should we follow? I don't think so. I think we need this kind of screen here. So he can get to us, but it's gonna be GFIs and stuff. And we may want to move back here to be just a little bit safer here. Be a better wall. This guy can get kind of out of reach from most of his team and be a scoring threat. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we want to be on this line here. This is where we want to be. Excellent. So we have a scoring threat. And the ball is probably safe. And we only got one block after all that and a lot of dodges. So I think he kind of won the trade there. As far as getting good probability thingies for something good for him. So it was definitely a good play for him to base up there. He is outnumbering me by 2, so I guess it's to be expected that basing up is good for him. How fast am I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, I'm not super fast, so I'm not gonna get an easy pass to this guy. Not with this guy anyway. And he's kind of screening off everyone. So he's playing this pretty well for being new to playing elves. Right, increasing his numbers advantage. Let's greed and not apple that and save it to prevent injuries. I'm considering to blitz this guy, which means I want to assist from here, which means I'd have to dodge through, and then but that should be okay if I get it down anyway. Otherwise, it's gonna be problematic. Can we blitz from some other? No. We kind of need it down to get through here, but if we do get it down, we have. Oh, he's gonna stop that too. But I was considering handing off to him and then dodging out and passing to him. But yeah, that's not gonna be an option. Or maybe it is. He changed his mind. Oh, you can still move this guy, of course. So we want an assist here. And oh, we kinda need to cancel this assist too if we're gonna do the blitz, which means we get very light on the defense here. Can this guy do something useful for us? And not really. Well, he can be a scoring threat for the future. So if we do this play, it's kind of all in, because I can't move the ball to a safe place beforehand. But then again, if I just cage up, he's just gonna surround me and use his numbers advantage. So I feel like I'm desperate enough to try this. Let's mark him. Let's be an assist here. And let's blitz this guy. Maybe we should do the handoff before, because we can kind of secure this position ish. Wait, this is the blitz, right? Yeah, and we haven't moved him yet, so we do the handoff first, because then we don't have the ball all the way over here if we turn over. And we can always move him after. Okay, should we cut our losses at this point? Probably. We probably should. Which means we should blitz this guy instead. Move back with this guy a bit. Is anywhere safe? We could blitz this and then go over there. That makes us kind of safe. Back here. Not super safe, but kind of safe. Alright, that's good. Okay. He's definitely able to blitz the ball here. But it should not be easy for him to secure the ball after. He could gang up on this guy pretty hard if he really wants to, but then he's committing many players to my one player. Yeah, let's leave it like that. Okay, it's marking my scoring threats, makes sense. The score is going a lot slower than I want to, and it's a lot less safe than I would want it to. I guess that means that my opponent is good at playing defense. Should mean that. Might also mean that I'm bad, but I'm pretty sure that's not entirely true. Okay. Now what is this catcher doing? Yeah, that's a smart play. Push is good for us. Leaving him based is also potentially good for us, because then we could potentially clear away. We're gonna have to roll some dice at some point. We may have to do the pass with a 4 plus catch in a tackle zone and in the rain. And not the catch skill. He's gonna secure against that a little bit. kind of committing a lot of players on this side, so maybe I can dart over to this side. That could be an option. Could be a pretty good option. Are you seeing that though? It's trying to remedy that. So yeah, I'm not gonna be super safe on that side either. I feel like I want to make this block because that could open up a path to run. Might want to hand off to the catch again and run up and maybe pass to him. That could be a thing. So yeah, let's hit this catcher to open the way. Okay, that's decent. We need to follow because otherwise we're not opening the way really. Well, we are still. We can stay. No, let's follow. So this guy can get to here, which is not great. We could blitz him with this guy. That would make the catch better. And potentially get rid of the intercept threat. Okay, let's do that. Maybe this also gets rid of the intercept threat. We're gonna use the nerves of steel here. Oh shit. Double two'd it. Well. It's not really good here either. I don't think I'm gonna reroll that. Let's hope it scatters back to the catcher. Okay, well that's an okay scatter for us. Get some good blocks here. Has a drawback, but we have the ball kind of under control. And we have 2 scoring threats. This is a messy game. But I guess low TV Blood Bowl is always has a tendency to be messy. Okay, so he's slower on rerolls this half. That gives us some hope if we can get the score. Because then, I mean, if he's low on rerolls, there's a bigger chance that we can steal the ball from him. And I think we still have a decent shot at the score here. But of course he has screened us pretty well at every turn at this point. So maybe I'm overestimating my chances. Just putting a bunch of tackle zones on the ball. Which is smart. That's a POW. So he can scatter it if he wants to. He wants to. That's a good. It was a good scatter. Actually, the ball in the hands of a player who already moves is kind of good for us, because that's a target that we are gonna be able to hit. So, given the circumstances, that's an okay scatter for us. But we're definitely not in a good position. Gonna have to roll some miracle dice. Probably blitzing him with this guy if that's at all possible. Oh, at this point that's not gonna be assisted even. But yeah, we might do that anyway. And then dodge out with one of these guys to recover the ball and then get the ball over to the guys over there. Oh, he's blitzing my catcher. And get him caught in. Interesting. Okay, so the catcher is semi-free to do stuff again. Okay, so he's blitzing my sidestepper. That's not very good for us. Because he can follow here and make my catch hard. Chooses not to though, which is helpful for us. I think I want him to be kind of sacrificial here, just to make his intercept harder. Guessing the rain, the intercept is kind of hard anyway. Maybe it doesn't even make a difference. Yeah, it probably doesn't even make a difference. So I do want to blitz the ball. But yeah, I kind of need to do that before taking this block, because a push here will make this maneuver harder, because I would have to GFI. Okay, we made it dodges, that's good. We're gonna reroll a push, I think. We do have a potential 2 dice. Stay and GFI to assist. This isn't a 2 dice, this is a 1 dice. What was I thinking? Let's reroll that though, because that's a turnover. Okay, that's decent. Let's follow that. Stun is good. Well, not great because he's in our way, but good-ish. We might want to stand him up to slow these people down, make them harder to... make it harder for them to respond to this. We don't have a great pass. We could just punt it. I think we're going for the pass anyway. Actually. Because we're desperate at this point. And he's not safe where he is. Okay, that was an intercept. Oh. I didn't mean to bring up the menu. Okay, so right now status quo is 3-1 to him, I think. Although we might be able to prevent him from scoring, and it's still not completely hopeless for a draw, because we might be able to steal the ball back. But he can probably secure it here. We'll see though. He still has to roll dice for it. Where am I more in the way? Maybe I want to mark the thrower, because he's kind of the best guy for moving the ball up. Right, he's going for a pass of his own. Let's see how that goes. Okay, that helps. That definitely helps. So I think we wanna... I think we wanna pass with our catcher maybe. But who's gonna blitz this guy? Who's gonna assist the blitz? Maybe assisting the blitz is too hard. I think this might be the safest route. Because I want to hand off to him and then he can do the pass. Probably. Not sure. So this is... Or maybe we do the blitz with him and then he can do a safe dodge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 handoff. That's safer, because then we do not need to dodge before the blitz. Okay, that helps, because then we can also mark the ball safely. Ooh, we got an injury. An SPP on our catcher. So it's almost like we got a touchdown on him, because we got a pass last game and now an injury. So let's rise this guy up so he's... Actually, we should dodge with this guy and pass here instead of over there, because this guy has dodge. Rewarded for that choice. And let's pass to him. Okay, let's reroll that. This is important enough. And now we do a handoff play. Oh, we need a GFI for that. That's fine. Hopefully. 3+ handoff, no reroll. Excellent. So, yeah. We have a draw so far. Oh, that was level. I did not even keep track of that. So we have one final drive that could let us or them win. Wait, that was human. I thought I had dwarf cheerleaders on this team. But they turned human, apparently. Well, I like humans too. Okay, so we're on defense. We have slightly fewer players than last time. This is a leveled guy. So he should probably be back here. We should definitely not have him on the line like that. So, we can't have a very good defense right now, but let's keep the doctrine of having movement 8 players so they can move up. So yeah, and this movement 8 player being covered most of this side and this guy covering this side. So he has... no, he has 3 turns to score. If I want to score, I only have a 2-turn window. So I need to steal the ball. If I'm gonna win, I need to steal the ball and score in just 2 turns. That's extremely unlikely. But it gets more unlikely, more likely if I kick really deep, because then I can move these players up and he's like over here and maybe fail the pickup. So I should kick it deep this time, I think. That also makes his score harder if it works. Of course it might be a touchback, which makes his score easier, but them's the gambles. Okay, that's a good kick. It worked out. We got the 1 in 4 of getting on this line. Excellent. And the rain has kept raining the whole game. That's kind of interesting. Doesn't happen very often. That's kind of nice. Makes for an interesting game. Okay, so it's opening a gap here. He doesn't need scoring threats this turn, but he needs them next turn, so any movement forward he can get is kind of good for him. So he's claiming some land here with him, but it's not moving up very aggressively. Right, no knockdown is helpful for us, for the defense. It's gonna be enable us to screen and stuff. And at the moment he's not even marked, which is even more helpful. That's a knockdown. Let's hope for no break. Oh, that's a break. And it's a KO. And at this point it's pointless to apple that, because he's not gonna be unstunned until the game is done anyway. Okay, so it's making my run up harder. Makes sense. Let's hope for a failed pickup. Okay, he's probably gonna reroll that. I would. Okay, he made that. Oh, he's gonna pass. Right, of course, because this is Greenhorn. Okay, and he made a pass because he has skills for that. But this guy's blitzable. That's kind of fun. That's really fun. Let's do that. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go for it, hit. And this guy can assist, I think. Yes, maybe has harder path. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, he has to run through here. But these dice are definitely worth trying. That's gonna make it harder. What should the rest of the players do, though? Do we have enough players to screen? Not really. Some might just want to mark people a lot. Okay, so the easiest dodge should be through here then. Yeah, that changes nothing. So this is a 4+ dodge and then a 2+ dodge. And then 1 GFI. But we're not gonna do that first. We need to do our best to do stuff with our players. Well, we could screen... Kinda. We could single file screen, but that's not very good. Loner, he probably doesn't want to pass through Loner. So I think we are marking people. I think that's gonna be what we do with our linemen. So we are definitely dodging through here, and so this is not in the way. And let's mark him 2. Because if he has to do dodges, that makes it harder for him to do other stuff too. So we're doing this no matter what, because this is the path to the score. Excellent. Okay, we're rolling that. Oh, double 1. Well, we got some of the way there. Is he still a scoring threat? He is. He's still a scoring threat. So if we can get him the ball down somewhere, this guy, if he can somehow reach the ball, he can, well, anyone really can potentially pass to him, and he can run to the end zone and then be passed to by someone. Of course, we don't have a reroll anymore, so it's very much a long shot, but I feel like it's kind of hard for him to score 2 at this point, because I did all this marked. Of course, he has 1 more turn after this, but he needs to move up scoring threats this turn. He has 1 already, to be fair. And every pass is risky, because he only has 1 reroll. And he might need it for the final turn. Alright, we're kind of screening him off too here. That's great. So that blitz makes sense, because he's freeing up 2 players that way. Knockdown is good for him. Oh, he's gonna is he gonna take that block? Because I'm gonna be pretty happy to be able to sidestep there. He's probably not taking the block, he's probably too sensible for that. He's been playing really well. But he's taking that block, which makes sense. Because that creates... Is this a scoring threat? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He is barely a scoring threat. He's a scoring threat with 2 GFIs. So these are his good scoring threats. Actually, this one still needs a GFI. So only this is his really good scoring threat. So it would be kind of nice to chain push these, but then again I also want to go for the ball. Because I'm still not giving up on the possibility of a win here. Okay, he's gonna cage up over there. So a 1 at any point here is gonna make it kind of tricky for him. Well, it's gonna at least create an opportunity for us. So now he's a lot safer than he was. Okay. He still has a reroll, but it's not worth it for him to use it at this point. So what's the easiest way for us to hit the ball? We can assist from here. And then we can do hard dodges with him for a 1 dice. But we also, if we do, it's gonna, we might want to do this. That way we can get a 2 dice or 1 dice without the assist. It might be smart to not go for the assist because we kind of want a recovery. But of course, if we even if we recover, it's still a long bomb to get the ball over there. He could potentially recover, but that's getting super unlikely. So this is a 4 plus, 3 plus 4 plus 3 plus to get a 1 dice hit. What is this? 4 plus 3 plus. So that's actually easier. So we should go for that. Can this guy assist? He can, potentially, but it might not be worth it. So we need 1 guy to blitz with, and we want to have people who can kind of get to the ball if it bounces out. So we shouldn't move all these players. But we're using this guy, probably this guy for the recovery if the ball is over here. But we can afford to move 1 of these players. So let's stand this guy up. And let's move this guy to mark these scoring threat players. This is also a scoring threat, I guess. But he needs GFIs. And he has a reroll actually, but... So yeah, this is what we're going for. Okay, so far so good. So far so not good. Okay. GFI failed. But we made the dodges. Okay, so that was my final turn. Let's see if he wins or if this is a draw. If it wasn't for a rain, it would be an almost certain win for him. But with the rain, it's still a little dicey. Right, that wasn't a knockdown because he doesn't have block. That makes it pretty damn dicey for him, actually. Okay. We want to mark this guy because he's the scoring threat. Oh wait, he's the one blocking. Never mind. Okay, so he's gonna have to pass semi-far. Well, short, technically, but still longer than quick pass. Or maybe he's gonna try for a chain push here. That makes sense. He needs 1 more player for that. Oh, he's not fast enough. Okay. So he should dodge out here. Ooh, that makes things harder for him. Alright, so this makes it a pass for the win. see how it goes. Good game either way. I enjoyed it. And I think I got outplayed a bit. Alright, let's see how this goes. So he has two options here. He could go for a short pass, or he could double GFI for the quick pass. Seems like he's going for the short pass. And he makes it. So we lost that game. But yeah, let's find the G-Man channel. There we go. Oh, another one. We rolled one on every single reward roll. Hello! That was a good game. That was a great game. Well played.
You too, definitely. I think you definitely had the worst run of the dice over the game than I did, I felt. In the first half especially.
Well, yeah, but I was also in a situation where the dice mattered. I feel like if I played better, maybe they wouldn't have mattered. In some situations, anyway.
Yeah, it was. I think it was very close. A lot of it kind of balanced out. Like, I remember there was a time when you failed to catch, but then I ran straight into double skulls.
Oh yeah,
1 in 9 into double skulls.
Yeah, that was pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, but the rain just made it a bit silly, and you failed the easy stuff. I think the last two turns there, I knew I was leaving you a blitz on the ball carrier.
Yeah,
but I would rather go for the win for the SPP than, you know what I mean. You getting 3 SPP wouldn't bother me, whereas yeah, I did leave you a hit on the ball. Both turn 15 and turn 16, but I was willing to do that to try and get the touchdown myself.
Makes a lot of sense, and it's good to have the ball on the movement 8 player too, even if it's blitzable, because he can run further and then pass.
Yeah, well, I luckily got a MVP on the catcher that you cast, so not Appoing him pitted out well because he's still leveled.
Excellent. So maybe we'll actually end up in the same division, since we're both G-Man on new teams.
Yeah, definitely, and it would be good to definitely play you again. I definitely felt we just kind of played quite fast and loose there, in the game there, more than what we could have done, at least, you know.
Well, I passed a little more than I would have, but I tried to play well, but I feel like you outplayed me a bunch, actually.
Again, I think it was when I went for the quick score.
Yeah.
The first failure you did that let me go 2-0 up. Like, yeah. That was really lucky for me. And it kind of forced you to then play quick again. The only problem was you then rolled another set of 1 and 9s on the next screen. I think your screen was good and everything like that. I just think the dice failed at the worst time each time.
Yeah, that's probably true. I think my main mess up was on the very first drive, because it was a little too easy for you to run through the screen.
Yeah, I noticed. Yeah, I think the second time you ended up having a blitz with the loner.
Oh yeah, that was a bit.
I think you miscounted squares, or you forgot that one of the players that you blitzed with before was actually off the pitch. I think you forgot to move.
Yeah. I should have assisted with a loner. Yeah, I realized that right after I moved him. But
well, your one dice. When I scattered the ball and my catcher caught it. You
Yeah.
know, when he was up in your half beside two of your players, and you
Yeah.
got the one dice push and then the one dice down defender stumble. I was just like, no.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
my
So,
blitzers just rolled double six.
so did you say that you are new to high elves or elves in general, or is this?
I've very recently started playing tabletop, which I played Dark Elves on.
Okay. Right.
And I played in the Rookie League World Cup with Dark Elves.
Okay, so you have some
But
experience. Yeah.
I have some. Basically, the joke behind the team was, I don't know if you remember when Rebro did the Master Apprentice League.
Yeah. Well, I didn't follow it very closely, but I know of it.
Yeah. Basically, I was paired with YASINDE originally, and I said I quite like the look of High Elves. Can we play
Okay.
them? And he was like, yeah, no problem.
Okay.
And then another new coach. The only team left was to be Chaos Dwarfs and pair with Full Metal, and
Yeah.
he didn't have the DLC. So I said, I have the DLC. So if everyone's okay, I could go to Chaos Dwarfs and he could pair with YASINDE. That way, he can still learn.
Right.
And so let's just say that coach left quite quickly and he rage quit. So YASINDE has never forgiven me for leaving him and going to play Chaos Dwarfs.
Oh.
So
Okay.
when we played in G-Man,
Yeah.
we have had a long, like, me and YASINDE are very good pals, and we have a laugh a lot. And I've never played him in a league yet, and I've always wanted to play him.
Right.
So he rolled a really nice Dark Elf wit. I think it was Mighty Blow plus agility sort of stuff.
Did you say? Did you say witch?
Yeah, a witch on, because YASINDE went Dark Elves this season in G-Man.
Right. Okay.
And I was Chaos Dwarfs. So the running joke was I was going to kill his witch because we played last game of the season. And he went, you'll never get near her. So I said, let's make a bet.
Right.
And he went, okay, if you don't kill her, you have to roll High Elves next season in G-Man as punishment. And I went, fine, but if I do kill her, you have to re-roll into Chaos Dwarfs next season.
Right, so no.
So I was unlikely to do it, but it was fun and it was a laugh.
Yeah, and
so
now
this is my
he.
punishment.
So now he maybe gets to the chance to coach you while you coach a team that's called I Hate YASINDE.
Yeah. So I was always going to call the team I Hate YASINDE. So all the players are I Hate YASINDE in different languages.
Yeah, let's look at that. I saw that earlier, but let's show anyone who's watching. There's 2 people watching. So yeah, I don't know the pronunciation. Ich hasse YASINDE.
Yeah, so that is the German pronunciation. That's why that player is up number 1.
Right.
Because YASINDE will understand that one.
That makes sense.
The next one is, I had to write it all down so that I could remember to replace them. So the next one that Thamia Luang YASINDE is Gaelic.
Okay, that's impressive.
Number 4, Odio YASINDE is Spanish.
Nice.
The Blitzer number 5 is Uyana Aua YASINDE, which is Hawaiian.
Nice.
Number 7, Nina Mapenda YASINDE is Swahili.
So how did you find out all these, or do you know the?
No, I just Google translated them.
Right, makes sense.
So basically, the rest are like Welsh, Swedish, French, Icelandic, and Maltese.
Yeah, I recognize the Swedish one because I am Swedish. So yeah.
Yeah. So I also have to miss like the Ublays and stuff like that, but yeah, the team's a bit of fun, and I've never been a big fan of elves. Like I play Dark Elves and tabletop and that because they're like very competitive and I can play them. But High Elves I know take a while to get, so it will take a lot for me to keep them after this season and not go back to Chaos Dwarfs. But
so you really like the Chaos Dwarfs then?
Yeah, it was the first team I ever learned, and me and Metal did quite well in the Master Apprentice League, and then in G-Man I did very well with them as well. I was we had a chance for playoffs right until the last 2 games.
So you played in Master Apprentice before you played Dark Elves in Rookie League then?
Yeah. I'd only Chaos Dwarfs were the first team I'd played, and then I went into College League in Rebel and I played Nurgle there, which I hated.
Oh.
So I could have went into minors, but because I hate the Nurgle, I would have had to re-roll anyway.
Right.
So I figured I may as well re-roll in the majors and just get used to playing at a higher level.
Right. So when did you play Dark Elf? Oh, right. That's a tabletop. Right.
Yeah, yeah. So, and I got a really fun G-Man division last season. It was me, Yacind, Haringzord, Pyro, Andorson, Kejirus,
Oh, it was the party division.
Razta, you know what I mean? So it was all fun and it was
Right.
a great division to be in. So this is
Yeah.
season 2 of the majors for me.
Right. But we're probably going to end up in a similar division because they tend to group the returning coaches with new teams in the same division. So that's so we're probably
we'll probably be in a Greenhorn, like a division that's played Greenhorn. So I could imagine there'd be like you, me, possibly Andy Davo as 3 elf teams in a division.
probably we're probably going to have Viking Cup in it with his new Chaos team.
Yeah. Oh, I've just rolled doubles again on my line. So Blitzer rolled double sixes, lineman rolled doubles.
Oh yeah.
Catcher rolled normals.
Have you chosen any levels?
No, not yet. I'll think about it and wait and see. But yeah, what about you? Did you get any levels? I think you got at least one level from that as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I got a level on a lineman, Kalima. I'm gonna roll that one.
I'm also glad that the only cards you took, although it was a start, was on a lineman at least. So
yeah, that was. I was considering to apple that, but then I thought that I won't miss a lineman.
It's quite early in the game. It was like turn 6, wasn't it?
That's something like that. But you know, this is the first game I have an Apo, so
that's handy. I was lucky. My game 1, my opponent was playing Dark Elves, and I was able to sit in the back of my pitch and just farm 6 passes with my thrower and my catcher to get leader, because I went for 1 reroll, 1 Apo as my start.
Oh, that's a greedy start, but I guess that fits High Elves to be greedy.
You know what I thought? If it went really bad, I could re-roll fresh.
Right. And you know, and High Elves really benefit from the development more so than other elves. So and they need it too. So I think it makes sense. It's kind of like going Mighty Blow first on Chaos. It's not really optimal for winning games, but it is optimal for progression. Like
especially in the Greenhorn, where you don't have to throw, like, I don't have to throw my players in bad positions. I can happily just let my opponent walk in and score, because it doesn't matter if I lose. So being kind of greedy in Greenhorn, like Chaos in Greenhorn, if you leveled up a Beastman or a Warrior game 1 in Greenhorn, you might take Mighty Blow, knowing that you'd have 3 more games to get him blocked, sort of thing.
Well, I guess the comparison with Mighty Blow first on Chaos is not very good, because that's a longer time commitment than just 4 games. Well, passing in the game is less of a commitment.
Yeah,
but even in the real
as well.
but even in the real season, it might be good to pass a lot with High Elves early, because I think High Elves get a lot better with some development, and then once they are a little developed, you can start playing more safely.
Yeah, and the catchers help so much for that. Obviously, like having linemen on 5 SPP or 4 SPP, it's so much easier, because it's then just like 2+2+ into the rerollable catch sort of thing. So you can afford to be a bit more greedy with your throws, unlike the other Wood Elf teams, I think.
Well,
like the other elf teams, like Dark Elves and that, can't really afford to risk it too much, I don't feel.
Actually, all the elf teams except the Dark Elves have catchers if they want to. So yeah, that's. But since I've played Dark Elves mostly, I haven't really had that luxury. But I do have it now technically, but I'm not used to it, so I'm not really using it that much. But yeah.
But I have to head off just now. But thank you very much for the game.
Yeah, you too.
If we don't meet in majors, if we don't get put in the same division, best of luck for the next season.
Yeah, and even if we do meet up, best of luck in every game except against me.
Definitely. Right, Dream5, thank you very much. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. See you.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, I'm gonna close the stream there. Thanks for watching, and maybe see you next time.